Well, today is Tuesday, September 10th, and it's been about 3 weeks since the last video update. I've not watched the last video was, so I kind of forgot what we talked about last, but overall, let's start up front. Pretty simple to talk about and move our way back. Not sure if I spoke about it, but it did get the grille painted to match the rest of the Jeep. Got the struts painted flat black, all done. Inside's nice. Hood's all painted. Redid the wiring, make it nicer after the fire burnt the wires. That's all I did there. The next thing is the carburetor is still acting up. It's now stuttering, not just call it stuttering. Pulsating what it was doing. Now it's fixed. We tuned the engine. It's happy, but it's now stuttering. Press the gas pedal 0 to 25, 30% press percentage. It's stuttering. Go down half throttle or full throttle. It's happy. Let go. Back to idle. It's happy. It's just at 0 to 25, 30 or so. Or I call it first 1 to 2 inches down the pedal. It's stuttering. In all the gears. So it's not gearing issue. It's carb per se. I'm gonna say it's starving for fuel. So I need to adjust my mixture screw. So that's where I'm at. Otherwise, it's running great. Transmission's popping out. I have the rebuild kit for it, but that's that. Moving on, the front windshield, we're finally going to get it replaced. So Friday this week after work, my dad and I are going to stop and drop the truck off, unload it, and get a new windshield. And I just noticed this guy growing on Jenny. Have fun. So, new windshield. It's $75 per pane, and then on top of that, install cost, which I'm not sure what it would cost. I know just for these windows here, this glass, I priced this out alone because I know the driver's side needs done. It's $150 for just one installed. And the door's a little more complicated. The front windshield's a little bit easier actually, but whatever, it might be a flat rate price. So I want to say $300 I expect to spend. I do have all new seals for him, so new seals, not caulking. So that's that. So I have nice new seals. The doors already have new seals and tracks all replaced. So these are all good, so that's correct. And that's shattered just because still using the original glass, so it's fragile. Anyhow, that's glass work. Door handles, this side still, it needs adjusted, but for now, barn door works. That side's still screwed up. I did it, and that pin going across is not very strong steel. So I left it open, actually I let it closed, but somehow it bounced open at a car show, and went to go shut the door, it hit the frame, the pin, and just sheared it. That is not strong at all. Like, I didn't put any force, just let the door go, gravity, broke. So, I'm upgrading that door, that's our main door, upgrading to this style latch. It's still not proper fix, but for $5, it's a lot stronger thickness, no more pin as a whole piece of sheet metal to try to break. But it's going to close like that, on top, no problem. You can turn that little thing, and for off-road use in and out on the farm, it'll be nice. And then I can put a carabiner in there, quick latch on for highway, and unhook it if I need to real quick. So that's my solution. I got black, so it doesn't stand out so much. So that's that. The windshield, engine. I already told you the transmission shift tower needs rebuilt. A new seal kit, which I got right in this bag. For that, get rebuilt. Then I can put the tower back on, the cover, 4-pan. And that's it down there. Still don't have a fuel gauge. So yeah, that's what's up here. My GRMS radio from Midland is acting up weird. I am not sure what's going on. It's asking for maintenance, pretty much. So I try to call Midland, they're having their site's annoying. So you gotta make an email and go through that hassle. I bought it on Amazon and checked the date. October is when I bought it. So it's not even, they have a 1-year warranty. So I have 1 month left to the warranty end. So I may just put the box in Amazon. Hopefully you can return it under the warranty that deal that way. Instead of doing an Amazon return itself, more of a product return. We'll see about that. I'm gonna look into it. So that's that fight. I need it for Bantam because I'm working as a volunteer. And so as a volunteer, I'm not a trail guide, but overall volunteer, it's nice to have a radio. So that's that. Nothing else new in here. The next thing to work on is seat belts. Going to Bantam, volunteering plus off-roading October 10th to the 13th. They require seatbelts. I mean, all Jeeps have seatbelts nowadays, but back in the day, there's no seatbelts. And I made a request to Patty Joe that runs the event, like, hey, at Bantam for the last 2 years going, I've only ever been inspected for tire size, which they always do. Gotta do a big stick. They have a painted stick. Make sure you're a 33 inch or a 35 or under 42 inch. That's all they ever really care about. I think, don't worry about that. I don't have seat belts at all. I never checked. I mean, I do have doors. They might get away and can't see inside, but I never checked. And I brought that up, a safety concern. But now it ruins me where I can't sneak in. But if I do check, I'm kind of screwed. So she wants me to tell seatbelts. I got some seatbelts from a Jeep Cherokee for free from a shop I know. It comes with 3 buckles, 1, 2, and 1 on that side. I don't need that many. Then, of course, you have your thing that clips in. But I only have 1 of these. So I have a Jeep Cherokee middle seat. This only has 2 seats. So I'm going to disable. I really don't even need to. But I don't want. I'm going to chop off this piece, get rid of this, keep that one long, and extend it on that side. Then down here, I'm going to leave both on for someone in the future that wants to add this side, have a seat belt from a Cherokee, mount this down below. So that's my idea. So I got to get this done, new glass, tune the carburetor. We're good for Bantam. So that's my priority list. Shift tower, we can deal with popping out off-road, but long-term, fix it. All right, so that's it for in here. Now for the truck bed itself, where most of the work was done for the last 3 weeks. I took the bed off the chassis, truck on this side of the shop, lift table up, and worked on the belly of the bed, sandblasted it, grinded, wire wheeled it. Did a small minor work of patchwork, nothing crazy and nothing you could see on this side. You don't see any patch work being done, so that's good, I guess. Just minor enough. So that's all patched up. Then I did primer that I painted black below. So that's all done. Next thing was on the outside. This is all rusty steel, being inner fenders, and never got painted. And so I wire welded and sandblasted the best I could, and not to really eat through it too much. And then just painted blue, the best blue I have that matches. It's the original paint code for General Electric blue, but over its 50 plus years of life, it's faded. So whatever, close enough. So that's painted, other side done as well. The fenders are not done yet, they're still over here. I still gotta do, of course, sandblast, wire wheel, and primer and paint. This fender's, and that's all it needs. But for this other fender, it needs some work done. I believe that one's my driver's side. They're both universal, but anyhow, that's the fenders. Now for the back bed itself, floor. I did wire wheel the worst of it out. Each of these grooves, did some wire wheeling when it was vertical, and then just did spray can primer. Should be enough. And then just this weekend, 3 days ago, put down 2 coats of blue, and then I edged it with a small brush. It's not blending in for so much, but over time it will blend in. So that's done. So that's it for the bed. fenders, the truck cab, and that's it. Now I did do one modification I wanted to do for Bantam and overall usage. Having such an overhang here and your gas tank's back there, some will say, and I've already been told, this is worthless and useless. But my offense, it is something to nothing and cost me nothing to make. Except probably an hour worth of time and some hardware. But I made a skid plate out of a 1980s CJ7 hood I had laying around. Again, it's something. It's not super thick steel, but it's a polytag plastic and anything could puncture it. So one less thing to have a chance that can stop it. Sure, I'll do it. So that side's got angle iron on that side, nice sturdy center mount to mount it. But on this side, not the most strongest mounts, but it's something. Quick and simple. I kept the brace of the hood, I have structure. And then of course over here is the side of the hood. So let's turn it sideways. So dirt doesn't get caught, or the skid plate will bend down. It has no chance of doing so. After Bantam, some point in November, I'm gonna pull that off for winter times. I don't get snow stuffed in here and rust and have a fight, but it only takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts to pull off. It's not too hard. So that's what I did there. Some level of protection for that gas tank. The next thing I did was handbrake. Finally got it installed. So handbrake cable per side. Cable's going up to that connection where it goes one cable. I'm still missing the spring, return spring. I can't find one online to buy, so that's what's left there. The next thing, you can kind of see the cable going down and around. Yeah, I still have to install that portion of the handbrake, but it'll be easier to do. That goes to your handle underneath the dash. So that's what's left to do on the truck. She's ready for Bantam and other events. I have a car show end of the month and then get prepped for Bantam in full time. So yeah, that's what's left. So next thing to talk about is my red Jeep, Red Stallion, CJ2A, 1947. I'm gonna put a title for it. V8 swapped. So that Jeep is for sale. $2,000 now. I'm making $500 profit. Ain't much, but I just want to pay off my credit card. Just pay it off in full. The Jeep is cool, but I don't need it till springtime, and needs the frame fixed and brakes fixed. Otherwise, it's a good Jeep. And I had buyers lined up, buyer for tomorrow to come, and he already backed out. Wife heard about it. She said no. So, like 30 people interested, down to the last 2. They're like kind of serious at this point. So it seems like I'm keeping it at this point. It's okay. I could fix the frame and easily fix the brakes, and it's a fun Jeep. And I want to chop the top off. It's kind of Model A hardtop and powered window doors, which is cool. But for my usage, I don't need 2 Jeeps with tops and doors. I want that Jeep to be a summertime, open top, buggy, V8 swap build. And it's pretty top heavy, so I'm gonna lose the top and doors if I end up keeping it and do a full cage. Luckily, the front windshield's already beefed up to be a cage. Just needs the center support and the bar, which I have a bar. So that's that Jeep. And then the next thing is this Jeep. Back to it. It's been on the market since June, since Bantam. I had no need to sell it, but we're buying a house next year, and Mom's saying just sell what you can, have cash on hand. We'll help you buy it, but have cash on hand to help on the house and pay rent first day. So I would like to have cash for this thing. I am like 19 G's in. If I keep my accessories, which I like to pass on to the next vehicle, the winch, the jack, the radios, the compressors, the battery, I'll put a different battery in. It'll be a cheaper battery. I'd like to keep those things and then move it on to the next person and have cash in hand. That would be nice. But I'm not getting those offers in the market in election year. It's not going to happen. I'm getting $8,000, $10,000 offers. Like, that's 8,000 below what I have into it. I can't. So I passed on all those deals. I had one guy at 12,000. I originally should have took it back in July with all aftermarket removed. Wasn't that actually a bad deal? But passed on it. I'm trying to get more luck. Didn't work out. So trades. How's trades doing? And so I had a few trades. I'm gonna, of course, pass on them. But one trade was a 1966 Dodge Dart. All nice paint, nice interior, but no big block, no tranny. I guess you can do LS swap, but I like Chargers. I don't like darts. Darts are not cool. And so I don't want to have a car that I don't have a passion for. So pass. A 15-foot boat. No, I'm good. We already have a 45-foot yacht. It's not our yacht. It's my uncle's, sister's, dad's, but we all use it. So no, I'm good. Don't need a boat. Had a 2010 Ford Mustang GT convertible. I'm good. I'd rather have a Corvette. So pass. And the market was fair market. Take my accessories off. It's equal trade in the market value, but I don't need it. So pass on that. So now I have 2 more offers on trade right now. That's in talks. Start off the first one I just got today. 1998 Jeep Cherokee Sport. 4-door, red, all stock wheels, no lift, no rust, 4-liter, 4-speed with overdrive, new audio, that's all it's got, with 60,000 miles on it. Not a bad deal. He wants $25K, $22,000 for it cash deal, but he came to me to offer for a trade for my truck. And right away I said, is it a 4-liter? It is. Okay, got some interest in me. So I still want to keep my accessories for say. All my rock lights I have, the winch, the battery jack, all that. Keep all that. Passing on the next Jeep. So I don't want to go rebuy them. I'm going to buy it anyway. So that's fine with me. He's in Vermont. I'm in PA, 6 hours away. He says, we have to work out transport. But he at least sounds interested in what I want to do in the deal. But still, for me, go on YouTube, watch XJ owners. Again, I'm more in the overlanding and travel and expedition. Not really a rock crawler, mud bog person. So at least can baby it nicer. At least don't need 1 tons or anything. But it's still a consideration. All I would do too is, of course, a back bumper aluminum. This doesn't rust. It's a lot more lightweight. No extra steel you're hauling around. Of course, some rock setters, not the rock crawl, but just to protect those rockers. Aluminum as well. Pay the money, but it's lightweight and it won't rust. And then just do a modest lift, 35-inch tall tires at most. I'm going to stick to BFG brand. Some retro wheels. Roof rack. Max tracks. Awning. Lights. All that. So that's what I'll be into. So I have interest, but not my first choice. I would rather have a Comanche, a TJ, LJ, a JK. I'd rather have those options than a Cherokee. To me, a Cherokee is a high school or Jeep. So it's not really my first pick, but it's an option. Now the next trade offer I have is a 1965 it is, but really it's in the 80s. We don't really know exactly, but the title says 65. Military M35 82 deuce and a half 6x6. My friend Anthony, we've been friends since my first Jeep Hawkeye. I parted out one Jeep, V6 Buick, parted it out, sold the motor, but my friend didn't want the intake oil bath original. And as a purist like him, he wants the original stuff. And so I sold to him, and that's how we became friends. At the time, we were in New Jersey. Now he's in Kansas going to college for restoration. I wish I was there. It's a $250,000 school to go to. But anyhow. So he wants my truck here. He says, you can, again, keep all your accessories. He's okay with it. The wheels and tires might leave on, but otherwise, everything else pulls off. Bumper, winch, etc. and he said, I'll deliver the deuce and a half, 1,100-mile road trip drive from Kansas, and I want to drive your Willys truck home. Well, I've only ever done 60-mile road trip, total round trip, and that day the carburetor flooded on me. So I don't have faith in the truck. Braking, suspension, steering, I have trust. Carburetor, I never have a good day with the carburetor. Always having an issue, and right now it's stuttering. So, hasn't flooded for the last month. Good, but that's that. So, I'm at this point convinced him enough where I said, you need a support vehicle. If you need to do drive the deuce and a half here, you need a support vehicle next to you or tow a trailer and haul that vehicle just in case you break down and need a tire and you need fuel. You need a support vehicle. And with that support vehicle, you're going to have a trailer. So why not just tow my truck home and play it safe? And he's in college. He wants to leave Thanksgiving weekend, come down here and deliver and pick up. And he's going to leave right after school. I don't know how many hours, but 1,100 miles. And he needs to drive back quick. So, of course, trailer the Jeep back and he'll be back quicker. 45 miles per hour on the way home, or I can do 80. I'm going to do 80. So, his only struggle is time frame at this point. Well, it's going to be like Halloween weekend. Now it's Thanksgiving at this point. Might even be Christmas at some point too, just because he's in college. So anyhow, let's go to the details of the Deuce and a Half. It's enough on delivery. So the Deuce and a Half, 1965 what it is, but it's got an 80s motor swapped into it. It's still the common straight six multi-fuel turbo diesel that whistles. That's the engine of the truck. Manual transmission. It's got NDT military tires and wheels, duals in the back. The back tires are good shape. The front steer tires need replaced at some point. It's got a cabin heater, inside heater, which is nice where I live in the snow belt. So it'll be nice to have. The back of the truck, let's move. I'm not going to keep one spot, but the back bed comes with the bows and all the canvas for the 12-foot bed. And then extra parts, power steering conversion kit. I had to have power steering, which is a nice thing to have for those trucks. And then it comes with a Bob Deuce conversion kit to make it from 6x6 to 4-wheel drive, which actually makes the truck more valuable once it's done. So in that viewpoint, it's a fair trade. As it sits right now, he's about $8,000 in it. The market around me in PA, they're between 4 to 9K. So I'm losing 10K, but I'm keeping my accessories, so I'm losing $5,000 on the trade. But it comes to the conversion kit, I do it myself. That brings the market up to 15, 20K, and at that point, it's a nice equal trade. So anyhow, that's fine with me. I'm cool with it. 10 to 12 miles a gallon. That's what this thing will get. If this thing is running and driving and hauling stuff, towing stuff. So it's equal gas mileage. I mean, that's diesel $1 more per gallon. So there's that difference. But it's multi-fuel. So run used oil, kerosene, jet fuel, whatever you want. But ideally, diesel's the best performance to run. So, all right, that's that. So what is my plans of this Deuce and a Half if I get? Currently, right now, he is repainting the truck. He's painting the wheels white, the bumpers white, the hardtop white, and his envision is to paint it blue. So same theme as this truck pretty much, but he wants to paint the Blue Angels, like the F18 plain design with yellow marking numbers on it. So Blue Angels theme. And it's like, that works for me. Because I used to be a Naval Sea Cadets, U.S. Navy Sea Cadets, pretty extra second class back when I was a high school, middle-aged kid. And I still have my uniforms. So my NWUs will match perfectly. So I can wear that uniform as I'm just driving around town in my truck. So that's fine with me. Then do my research, join the military truck group, and I asked, like, is there any blue M35s in the Navy? No, only the Air Force had blue. So, and very few ever got done. Most of them were tan and green. So at least this will stand out. And having him paint it than me, it's still can be brushed on. Budget cut, pretty much. But for him going to college, he's going to do a good job painting it and detailing it. So trust him. He's already put 1,000 miles on it since I think May of last year he's owned it. So anyhow, so what is my plan with the truck? So paint scheme, I'm cool with it. I still prefer camo. Nice neutral use colors, get a scratch, don't care. But blue and white and yellow colors will stand out, get appeal, get attention. I get a uniform that matches, so that's fine with me. But I will be bobbing it, so first year I'll own it, leave it the way it is. But I want to bob it, make it full drive, make it useful. Put 42-inch tall tires. Most guys put between 42 and 46-inch tall tires. I'm gonna do 42. It's probably the minimum. It's still pretty huge compared to stock. Stock dualies are like 33, 35s. So 20-inch wheel. A lot of guys use Hemet, MRAPs wheel design with the adapter. Adapter's 125 bucks a piece, times 4, plus probably a spare. Yeah, whatever. So tires are not cheap, but relatively okay. Used market, good. New, expensive, of course. So 42s I'll go with probably with a full-on spare or 2 spares. So you never can trust these tires. They might blow on the highway and you can't find one readily available. So probably 2 spares I'll have. Of course, I'm gonna do it's got front PTO. So I do a PTO 10,000-pound winch in the front. But when winter hits, remove the winch and install a PTO snowblower. I've seen done on a Stuart Stevenson on a YouTube channel called Ambition Strikes. They have a Stuart Stevenson 4x4 Army truck, and they put a snowblower in the front. It's not PTO, it's a separate engine up front driving the snowblower, but for me, I got PTO. Why not use it? So PTO drive, gearbox, snowblower, way more useful. You might throw stones at someone's car, there's that risk. But with the snowplow, you're ramming it, putting forces on the chassis. So you have that risk. Snowboard does nice. Our whole driveway, 800 feet long, 12 feet wide. That's how we plow our driveway. Snowblower, so that'll be useful. Do a slight business the wintertime. And I will still have my old winch. This winch I'm keeping, put down the back of the truck that have back point of rescue if I get stuck. And then summertime, pull the snowblower off, put a 10,000-pound front and 8,000-pound rear. And once it's bobbed, full truck is 13,500-ish pounds. Bob it, I'm not sure what it weighs, but probably 10K, which I still have to run a snatch block, but that's okay. So that's that. Bob it snowblower, front winch, back winch, bob it, 42-inch tall tires, 20-inch wheels. That will be the build. He's got canvas bows, which I'm trying to reuse and modify the canvas so it's useful when it's bobbed. And then for the bob bed, I would like to make it a dump truck so it's even more useful for our property. Gravel, mulch, firewood, but would definitely be useful being a dump bed. And I might consider putting a crane on it, a small jib crane that you see on bucket trucks and service trucks. Just literally to lift a spare tire that's super heavy, or lift a garden tractor, lift it, drop it off, then try to use ramps and drive it off. So I like to have a small mini crane back there, it'd be nice. So that's that I got planned, I would like to do to it. And that's an audio, so it's useful. Of course, you have your headphones on because it's so loud. So yeah, that's my overall plan of the Deuce and a Half. By keeping it 42-inch tall tires, that's the maximum tire allowed for Bantam Jeep Festival. And once it's bobbed, I have some allowance on the trails. Probably green and blue, but not black. Just too tight of a trail still. I know their trails are top heavy. So 42s are max tire size. So that's what I'm going to stick to. So that's my plans. And I'll probably end up still having my red Jeep V8 swap So I'm still gonna have a regular CJ. That's not regular, it'd be in V8, but probably that this winter. The Deuce, I'm gonna leave it the way it is. Put tire chains on it so I can at least enjoy it, and that's all I'm really gonna do with it. It's got lock diffs already. Probably find some manual hubs so I can disengage the front axle so it's better for the road use. Anyway, that's that. So yeah, my CJ, I ended up having and keeping it. I got 33 TSL Super Swampers for this truck. Once I sell it, I'll still keep them. So I did pick these tires up for 150 bucks. 3 of them. This tire is not a TSL, but I'm still going to use it. But it's got a sidewall hole in it. And so does that tire. So I have 2 sidewall hole tires for a good price. But for Bantam, I have to have 33s. And for the price I paid, at this point, I'm going to put tubes in them for these 2 tires. And around these 2 on the back of the truck, then have 2 good ones up front. Just so I'm legal for Bantam. This tire I bought came with the right wheel. So all I gotta do is paint it white and we're good to go. Then the rest of these tires, I have another set of wheels right there outside. They're white already, just need some cleaning. And then tubes just shipped out today, so this week I'll get the tubes. Next week probably mount the tires on them. So yeah. So there's my long talk update. So here in town, I have a 5-ton wrecker, Deuce friend, and then that's really all I have for Deuce friends in town. I did find out there is 2 Deuce and a halves near my friend in Harbor Creek. They've been sitting there in the same spot for the last 5+ years. The guy's a Vietnam veteran. The grass is always being cut, but they never move. It's not on Facebook, so I don't know way to contact him. Never home. They answer the door. But there's 1 Deuce sitting on 42-inch tall tires. Cool. Another one sells stock Army green truck duals. So there's that guy I know of. So that's the group I know of. And then my neighbor next door, not really, but his brother about 5 miles away, he's got an H1 Hummer. He did daily drives. And for him, he's got a stash of trailers, pedal-inch trailers I can tow, bring the shows, and bring one camping with. So that would work. And at least this Jeep, 6x6, is a Kaiser, so it's still a Jeep. Alright, that's enough of a video, but there's a nice update. What's going on? Alrighty. Thanks for watching.